Good morning. I wanted to share a video with you. Something I've discovered. I had been dealing with sun damage, some sunspots from growing up as a kid. I love to be on the fishing pond and always in the sun. And so I've had a few brown areas that just seemed like they got darker as I got older. And I've tried the peroxide treatment. I've tried so many different things to try to lighten and start removing the sunspots. Now, for the most part, I do a lot of things myself. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. Instead of going to a professional for some things. Now, some things you need a doctor for. But for other things, I guess financial and being poked and prodded on is not my thing. So, what I have discovered something. I went on YouTube and I went on Google finding something to remove sunspots. And I have found it. And it's working. What you see here is just red. I have started doing this back, April. I ordered what they call freeze spray. I'll show it to you here in a minute. Freeze spray. It's what dermatologists do to freeze off questionable lesions or blemishes on your skin. And so I thought, well, is it out there for the public to use? And it is liquid nitrogen. And it comes in a spray bottle, spray can, and it costs under $10. For me, the cost of a dermatologist and the visits would be over the top for me. So I have discovered this, and I'll show you what I use in my morning routine. As of April, I guess the end of April into May, I went to visit my sister after I started applying the liquid nitrogen for about 3 weeks before that. And usually when you apply it, I'll show you. When you apply it, it'll turn white, which is freezing the first layer skin cells. The first layer of skin cells, just like a frostbite. You know, if you hold on to a snowball, you feel that real cold on your hand. Well, this is a little more extreme, but it doesn't go any deeper than the surface cells. And it turns white. That's when it freezes those skin cells. And then it goes away. So those skin cells will slough off that were frozen. And you'll get new skin underneath it, each layer. And so that's what I have been doing with my face here, layer by layer. This was brown. Now this is a little bit of, it's red because I just applied it a few minutes ago. And it's not a burning sting like the peroxide. I was using the heavier peroxide. And boy, when you put that on, it was fine at first, but boy, when it gets into the cells, it's pure oxygen. And so it really burns. And you're gritting your teeth, trying to bear it. So this is like a cold freeze. It stings a little bit, but it's cold. And so it's not unbearable. It's something I tolerate. And I put it on with a Q-tip. I spray it onto a Q-tip because I don't want the spray to go everywhere. I just want it on the certain areas I'm covering. This one right here was very questionable. It was starting to itch and starting to raise up and starting to hurt a little bit. And so I said, I need to find and do something. And so, that, like I said, the first week in May when I would see my sister, that layer come off. And now it's down to the skin. And little by little, I've been removing that. And I got a sunspot over here I've been working on. It's about halfway gone now. And I got a couple other sunspots. And then I got a little mole right here, but that hasn't been questionable. But it was this one that was questionable. And so I'll show you what I've been using. I found it on Amazon. It's not very costly at all, under $10 actually, compared to going to professional and having it froze off, cryo freezing. Because then they cost so much more to go to a professional dermatologist to do it. And that's not the route I could go. So anyway, this is what I'm doing, and it is working. And so you do you and I do me. And if you have sunspots or dark blemishes, just get your Q-tip and spray it on there a little at a time. because when it comes out, this nozzle kind of spreads. Well, I don't want that much on my face. I just want to take care of those spots. And so that's what I do. So I thank you for listening. Just an update on removing the sunspots that are on my face. And with this freeze spray, I put it on a Q-tip and I gradually put it on the sunspots. I allow it to turn white, and then it completely disappears after I take it off. And what that does, that's removing the skin cells on the surface, and then those heal and slough off. And little by little, I'll show you the results. These sunspots are getting lighter and lighter. They were just so brown on my face. They really just was not comfortable to have. And so and this questionable one is going to. And so each week I do it again, and now it's getting the sunspots are really leaving. And so I'm so glad that I discovered the freeze spray, that I can do this in my own home. Now I'm not a doctor. I don't recommend it. It's you do what works for you, and I do what works for me. But I know they don't endorse it. They'd rather you go to a specialist, a dermatologist, to have it froze off. But I just not one to do those kind of things, so I kind of do it myself, do it yourselfer, and I just add it to a Q-tip so it doesn't spray a big glob on me. I just one of these mornings I'll put it on camera and I'll show you what I do. But all I know is it's working. It's removing the sunspots, and I'm very pleased with it. And so my skin's not damaged. Skin heals, and it's like a sunburn. When you get a sunburn, that layer has to come off and heal, and underneath you got the fresh skin again. That's exactly what freezing the skin cells is doing. It's like a frostbite, and in a few days you take a shower and you scrub your face or scrub the sunspot, and that layer starts coming off little by little, and each layer gets lighter and lighter. So hopefully a few more layers and I'll be good on that side. So thank you so much for watching. I'll give you more updates. Have a great day.